this is Dr. Traci K. I love you in this place. So glad to have you sharing your practice with me today again for another spiritual vibe message. If you haven't already, follow us on social media at the Working It Out series, Facebook. We also have groups for the Spiritual Vibration Challenge. You will be encouraged, you will be inspired, and you will meet new spiritual friends. And I know that people get busy and distracted, but it's best to always feed us every week with a spiritual vibe message because it brings us back to alignment, it brings us back to who we are, and it affirms it. You can check out our group if you're seeking answers, if you need spiritual support, prayers, or art and music, or images, you will see it on there. Engage. We don't want you to be silent here. I know that the vowel side is great, but come on, we want to see some group, and it's growing and growing and growing, and bigger and bigger and bigger, and I know it'll grow into the thousands, like we already are. So you can check that out on www.facebook.com/group/spiritual vibration challenge. All right, I want to get started today, and the message I want to give you today is about taking your wishes to a higher level through affirmative prayer. Affirmative prayers. Now, most of us understand that the basics, there are all sorts of forms of prayers, like petitioner prayers, rituals, thanksgiving, worship, praise. Prayer might be towards something that you believe in, whether it's a spirit or a deceased individual or spirit guides or counseling. You're calling on assistance, what you're doing. You're confessing sin, you're asking for help, it's expressing one's thoughts and emotions. Individual prayer, for a lot of reasons, are a personal benefit and for all the sake of others. Um, it's it's a practice. Like when you do anything in this world, it should be part of your daily activity. And most major religions use prayer in one way or another. A few ritualize the act of prayer, and they're calling on a sequence of behaviors and placing a restriction on who's permitted to pray. But you know what? You pray how you want. It's an exercise. And you find the right way you do it. Scientific studies regarding the utilization of prayer or meditation or whatever you want to call it have mostly centered on its effect on the healing of the sick or the injured individuals. Um, or a lot of people like say wishing. Wishing is so much more fun, right? Meta studies of the studies, and because I'm a metaphysician, I'm also an ordained interfaith minister, so it's like in the meta studies, I found that studies in that field have been executed to demonstrating evidence of potential effort. It helps also if you're trying to manifest something. Whatever the thing is, it's a part of devotion. And you need to take that into consideration. A few Christians bow their heads and fold their hands, or a few Native Americans, like they dance, is a sort of dancing. Hindus chant mantras. Judaic prayer will involve swaying to and fro and bowing. Muslims practice salah, which is kneeling and prostrating in their prayers. And, they're touching their head to the floor and bringing it back up. And Quakers, they might remain silent. So, however you feel in your right way of practicing this in a spiritual vibe way is no different than others. And that these techniques show a variety of understandings to prayer, which has led to fundamental beliefs or wishes. Some people want to rub a lamp. I don't know. But in infinite communication, prayer is meant to inoculate particular attitudes and bring you into alignment. And I want to explain to you that prayer is a practice. And the best day I can do to give you and how to understand how to take your wishes to the next level is through affirmative prayer. The higher power for something. What's affirmative prayer about it? Some people use affirmative prayer instead of imploring or beseeching the higher power, God, Jesus. The method involves connecting with the spirit of the higher power. So this is a different type of thing you're affirming here. So you want to take your wishes to the next level. The higher power inside is a practice and asserting those positive beliefs about wanted outcome. Affirmative prayer is the same technique of prayer Jesus taught when he stated in Mark 11:24. So I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it and it will be yours. So it goes back to my famous trademark phrase, you have to claim it, affirm it. How do you affirm it? You claim it. Take it to the next level. Some people are like, well, I just don't get the Bible. I don't get the word. I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. That is why you need to practice in affirmative prayers. Because, for instance, one were to pray traditionally. One could say, please assist me in finding a job. That's like a wish, right? Or I wish for a job. Or please assist me in finding a job. By contrast, the affirmative prayer could be, now listen, are you listening? Come on now, pay attention. By contrast, an affirmative prayer could be, I'm now guided to my correct and perfect job. Do you understand that? See the difference? By contrast, affirming, claiming, I now guided to my correct and perfect job. And when you take it into the next level of affirmation, daily affirmation, I am in my perfect job. Affirmative prayer uses the certainty that we each being led to our greatest good, despite the way anything looks temporarily. Like myself, metaphysician, believe that thoughts convey magnetic energy. And this power draws in other power of the same frequency, whether you're conscious of it or not. Your thoughts are beaming energy. Let me repeat that. Whether you're conscious of it or not, your thoughts are beaming energy that is drawing in more of the same. If you want to take your wishes to the next level, you have to stay centered on your intentions. You'll draw those matters into life. Some say the affirmative prayer sets into motion the forces that enable us to get what we pray. And you want to take it to a higher level, you can use elements. There's air, there's water, there's fire, there's earth. Grounding yourself, appreciating gratitude, the gratitude plan. Some believe that prayer is ineffective. You know that. I have it. I know. Sometimes you wake up one day, I myself, I know this, and you think, oh, you don't feel the energy. Usually, I have like joy in my heart. I like to wake up with joy, gratitude in my heart. I make it a daily practice. But there are days that I'm human, I don't do it, and I feel like depressed. Everybody goes through the physical aspects that our spirit lives in our body. It is just a shell, it's just a temple. But there are times our body's like, oh, I don't feel like joy today. Yuck. Screw that. I don't want no joy. I'm just not feeling it. And a lot of times I know it on social media. I'm working and I'm working and I'm working to get those wishes to come true. Taking it to a higher level. And all I ask is for somebody to confirm it. to affirm it. Affirm it. And most of the day, we're stuck in that comment box. We want affirmation. We want somebody to know that they are engaging with us, connecting with us, an energy of some sort. But yet, some believe that it's ineffective when it's attached to or followed by negative thinking. Most people are like, okay, these positive, positive, positive. I mean, I like to do tests and tribulations and see how people respond. And it's like, you have to like kick them in the butt, like an Italian does, you know? Come here and smack you upside the head. Are you stupid or what? Stupid is stupid, stupid is stupid does, right? So you know what I'm saying? We have to place a power and intensity into our thought, and that you have to do sometimes because nobody's going to do it for you. It's through Secrets of Self-Empowered Growth. If you haven't checked out my books, go get them. There's a lot of tools in there. You can really use a lot of things you can use in there. So we have to place our power and self-growth and intensity into thought and shift our thought and trust in the guidance we are getting. If we expend energy on negative beliefs and feelings, we'll get negative results. Even if we and other people are praying daily for us. I'm praying, Dr. Trey, nothing's happened. I'm wishing nothing's happened. But are you really not seeing it? I'm gonna tell you something. I was given this gift by someone that worked for me when I was the boss in the contract in the military, civilian contracting wise, and I had people working for me, and I had several different branches that I had to take on as responsibility, and I had people work for me in place. And the one thing I noticed is, you to trust and share and be in that type of positive mindset. And I remember somebody who had a disability, but she was so in that higher level of consciousness that you could never see anything of a disability. You could only see what she was in light. She was pure and bright, and she believed in that. And she gave me gifts like a beautiful gift that I still have it. It was created she made this journal for me, and she also put in these types of paper. And these papers were blessed, and she said, use it for your goals, use it for your wishes, take it to the next level. And I'm like, really? Well, I wasn't into writing a time because I did a lot of that with making plans right for clients time or trying to get people to buy, uh, you know, services, sessions, helping them and other people that work for me get their sessions with them. So I noticed that, well, I'm going to do this. So I decided to do a vision board, but a vision board starting out slow because I didn't want to get this big old billboard and people in front of me. And I'm private, and people get nosy. I don't want them knowing. So I started cutting out things in magazines and pasting them in this journal that was gifted to me. And I thought, well, those wishes are going to pass. And you have to be patient. Sometimes it takes years. Sometimes we get stuck and set back. We got to get back on track. And I noticed when I started doing these affirmations, I started doing my gratitude, started doing that constant spiritual, I end up getting a message, and I see it now. I think, oh, there it is, and it's quicker. Those wishes come to highlights quicker, and I'm like, okay. When I got that, I'm like, holy moly! And I went, and I don't know where this journal went, but I couldn't find it. It just kept popping in. I gotta find this journal. And I found it finally, and I opened it up, and I saw the sheets of paper, these magnetic, beautiful sheets of type of paper. And I still have some papers left, so I'm going to use it, of course, for my next goals. And then I found the actual things that I pasted years ago for my goals. And you're not going to believe it. My wishes were taken to a higher level. Everything that I put in there had came to pass. Now, it's up to me if I want to claim it and receive it. but I have it. It was given to me. That's what I'm talking about here. So, for instance, you're praying for a job, and then you gripe to other people that you have no job and can't find one. You're kind of counteracting your prayer, your wishes at a higher level. Some believe that all things work together for our greatest good. We pray to align ourselves with a higher power and to allow ourselves to be inwardly guided to that good. Are you listening to me? Come on now. Listen. Now watch. Listen. With affirmative prayer, we help co-create the good that's possible in our life story. Understand that? We allow ourselves to be inwardly guided to that good. We help co-create the good that's possible in our life story. It may be hard for you. Maybe it may come when you're 18, or maybe it comes when you're 50. Look at Colonel Sanders. He was rejected constantly, ignored. All he wanted to do was share a secret chicken recipe, but he was constantly rejected over and over and ignored, no matter how hard. But he kept talking, he kept asking to receive. And if you know that, that's in Matthew 2. You can check that out. And we also have a book on that. If you want to check out the book called Ask What You Shall Receive. So it's a hard process maybe to work through. But like Colonel Sanders, all of a sudden at 50, now he's known everywhere for that recipe. It's not hopeless. You're not hopeless. It doesn't matter how old you are. Oh, I'm too old for this, Traci. I can't do this anymore. No, you're not. No, you're not. It is important to know what to base your affirmative prayers on. How about what you want? Not what you need, but what you want. In the scriptures, it talks about come boldly to me. Ask boldly, big. Distinguish what you truly wish in your life. A simple task for anybody. Nor is it something that you may truly produce, and a step-by-step guide is a good tool. I like to do a finisher's list. Have you ever heard of that? Everybody got these to-do lists. Well, I always write that. I always keep it right next to my computer on my office desk, underneath my stapler. And I get it out and I do every week. It has a to-do list, and it's a tablet, big lot of paper. And I write a top finishers list. I tell you, I'm not telling you that I'm telling you this. People don't see it. People don't know it about me. But every time it's to pass, it happens. Because you know why? Because I'm truly sure of what I wish, and I want to affirm it. And then I want to, and then when I decide, my choice of free will, I claim it. But you have to look at it in that type of way. Just don't claim it anything because, like, okay, I always said, oh, I'd love to hire. Have you ever dream, talk about the people that have those black cards or those gold cards, you're like something else. If you got one of them gold cards, like especially American person like that. I'm oh my gosh, wow, $10,000 or 20,000, 50,000, some $100,000 they're giving me my business. But you understand? Okay, and then it came in. It's like wow, all of a sudden it's been given to me. But you have to read and understand what it is so you know it's right for you. But you can affirm it. But maybe it's not the level you want with the certain benefits because it's not offering what you have. So you have to make it a point to be exercising in pinpointing what you truly wish. Now, I'm going to give you a couple ideas. A couple ideas I want to give you. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's one. considering how common it is. Taking and using a self-esteem workbook, I've got one of those too. Practicing that what you see and picking it up and connecting. That lifestyle is pure and it can be pursued instead and help you focus and truly interest it so you can find that prayer and eventually claim it. Silly or not, the notion is basically a personal manifesto, and it's carried out by everybody from Google to Frank Lloyd, the billionaires. The point is provide yourself a call to action, to define how you wish to do things. It's simple. Write it down, affirm it. Select your subjects. Say something and change it. Make it a new old way in a new way. And so the purpose is you must be affirmative. How does it work? You ask. Affirmative prayer, it works in where if you don't ask for anything, rather than you make a statement as it what you want already exists. For example, rather than asking for a large financial income, your affirmation would be something like I am or I have, I'm now making $100,000 each year. And be detailed. That's after taxes. It comes from a good source, a positive source. It does good. And I'm around people that want to support me in this mission that does good. Enjoy the doing. Make it about, oh, I'm happy in this job I have. Don't make it a job. Job is such a terrible word. I hate job. Like my lifestyle, my career. I work with fantastic individuals. Visualize. Touch your third eye. Bring it to pass. However it works for you. Why would you want to pray this way, Dr. Traci K? Because it works. Are you listening? Are you listening? I want to see some comments. I want to see some reaction. Because it works. Yes, because the process is more gratifying. And that's gratifying. And where does gratifying come from? Gratitude. If you haven't already checked out, I'll put it in the box of how gratitude changed my life and the plan that you can get. That feeling of arising, being joy to your heart and you're waking up. And the higher power is just like a person or something, or just like the archon, or just something like you found it in a treasure. And bringing that positive energy and empowerment, self growth, you can almost take in on that higher power within under the natural law. And that's one of the things I discuss, just bringing your hands together and taking in to where it doesn't sabotage you. Faith is another one. Faith and is another key. It will give you the tools because all things can be done through Jesus, through whoever you look to. Because I'm going to tell you something. People think, well, you know what? Like, for instance, this, in the Garden of Eden. Now, Adam says, hey, woman, I'm hungry. Go give me an apple. Okay. Oh, here's a tree with a beautiful apple. You can have the wish of knowledge. You can be like God. And then what happened is Adam and Eve ate of the apple and they were naked and they didn't understand it. And when God came to the garden, he says, where are you? Where are you? Why do you hide? Oh, it's fear. Fear. Oh, I didn't want you to see me this way. Let me tell you something. That was such a trick. What a deception trick from Satan and devil, whatever itself you call it, enemy. Because let me tell you something, when somebody tries to do that to you, using the fear, oh, you know what you can say? Hey, I've already got the wisdom. I don't need that. I already got the wisdom. I'm already like God. Choosing that faith because it conquers fear over fear. And that's something that you can address. So take that into faith, and I want you to get more of this. Let's come together. I want you to feel this. Can you claim that heartfelt desire to bring in and feel that faith and leveling up for your wish desires? And I'm going to give you so much more than that. And you can decide to select, because the fantasy is not, the faith is. It's like pure magic, and it's authentic. Don't feel fear. Don't get yourself stuck in fear. Be accepted in the presence and declare, I'm already like God. God says declare it. Claim it. Strengthening yourself. Because that is what it is. Where you're vulnerable, you're weak, there is strength given to you beyond ourselves through the Christ and the higher power. So continue this and learn more. I want to give you this tool. I hope you understand. I want you to bring this together. And if you want to receive this message, if you have received this spirit of this, I want you to say yes. I want to see some emojis in my comments. I want to see it. Tell me your story. We'd love to hear it. Take the time and get to that group. Ask for spiritual support. Uh, Try our gratitude plan. I want you to take that challenge right now. Some people, it's already going on, but you can start anytime you want on first day. There's so many things to do that can give you this opportunity to start afresh and have your brain moving in that affirmation so that you can claim it. Oh, I love this message. I hope you enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like, subscribe to my channel, share. It's always caring. I want you to invite people in. Check out the tools you can get and offer, and want to tell you right now, you are amazing. You have a power, you are affirmed, and you are the one, and your wishes are going up to the next level. I can guarantee upon you the wishes that you have are going to be affirmed, and they're going to a higher level. If you believe it and declare that, please come say it. Come say it now. Take that in and let me know how you're doing. This is Dr. Traci K, and I'll see you on the next Spiritual 5 message. Take care, everyone.